Hey, Ian and team at Litchfield, I'm making this video for you. Okay, so I've got a harness that I've cut up just so that I could put this on my 12-volt supply and power it up. But I'm going to show you this. So here's our main power. You have 3 wires that we need to worry about that come into this main harness. And they're all 3 here in the center. You got your ground, you've got your constant and switched here with the red and the yellow. Okay, so we're going to plug this in. So, for powering it up, for testing this, nothing else has to be plugged in, but just for the sake of showing you this obviously comes in like so. All right. This is not used on GTR. This is your CAN bus, so we'll put your CAN bus in down here. That plugs in. And then if it is a 2000, in Europe it's going to be 2007, 2008, and 2009 models, you're going to have to run this ground wire. So make sure you run ground because there's not a factory ground through the factory harness. In the U.S. that started in 2011. I think that's 2010 in the UK. So anyway, we'll put our ground here. Okay, get rid of this guy. All right, and then we need right here. Here is our power. Now, got those twisted together. I'll give them power, and that will be enough to boot the dash. Okay. Give it a second. The first time it starts up, it takes a second. So give it a minute to boot up. The first time it boots up, it's actually looking for CAN bus from the car, communications. It's not getting it because there is no CAN bus right now, but that's why it takes a little bit longer to boot up here on our test bench. But anyway, now it's powered up, okay? So if you're not getting power to the car, and if this is a CBA, I don't know that it is, but if it's a CBA, check that you've got this ground wire run, because if this ground wire is not run, the unit is not going to power up. And here you go. So you will need to ground that to some sort of metal behind the radio. That's the only thing I would say that I've seen. The only other thing that would keep it from powering up would be if there was a CAN bus issue, specifically if you had the wrong plug connected. So off the main harness, you have these 2 plugs here. This plug, if it's a CBA, is not going to be used. This is for the 2011 and up, and you're going to delete this. Don't plug it into anything, because if you plug it in behind the radio will not come on. That may be what the problem is. So if it's a CBA, you're going to use this connector and then the 40-pin CAN bus adapter that we provide you in the radio kit. It says 40p on the label. So you'll use this or this, but not both, and that may be the problem. I have seen where companies have installed the 40 pin and then additionally hooked up the 32. The 32 is not used on a CBA and the radio will not come on. So most likely your issue is either here or it's because your ground wire has not been run. That's the only things I could think of that would prevent it from firing up. Thanks.